So first 17 words talk about how Parikshit Maharaj was saved from the in the womb of Uttara from the attack of Brahmastra. So Sud Goswami continue from from the event where Aswattama was being punished. So he says that Athate Samparetanam Swanam Idakam Ichhatam Datum Krishna Gangayam Purus Pratyayayustriha. Thereafter the Pandavas, after the son of Dronacharya was punished, thereafter the Pandavas desiring to deliver water to the dead relatives who had desired it went to the Ganges with Draupadi. So the ladies walked in the front. So then they want to deliver the water to the dead relatives. So, you know, तेनीयोदकं सर्वे विलप्ति च भृशं पुनः आप्लुता हरिपादाब्ज रजः पूत सरीचले. So having lamented over them and sufficiently offered Ganges water, they bathed in the Ganga, whose water is sanctified due to being mixed with the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. So final rites, most of the people goes to Ganga. So basically, the hosts who have been killed, their final rites were happened at the bank of Ganga. Tatrasinam kuru patim Dhritarashtra sahanujan Gandhari putra sokarta putrutha Krishna cha madhavaha. So there sat the king of Kurus, who is Maharaj Yudhishthir. Now the Duryodhana and his party were killed, and Yudhishthir Maharaj has been on throne as a king. So he was the king, along with the younger brothers and Dhritarashtra, Gandhari, Kunti, and Draupadi, all overwhelmed with grief. Lord Krishna was also there. So now they were offering the final rites, so they were grief stricken. Okay, so Battle of Kurukshetra, that was fought between family members. And thus all affected persons were also family members. युद्ध तो घर में ही हुआ. Whoever is going to cry, they are also from family. Okay. So they are all these family members. All the principal dead bodies were in some way or other related with each other. So all were grief stricken. It's like in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, the first chapter, Arjuna gives so many arguments why to fight, why not to fight with Kauravas. So one of the reasons he gave was compassion. Second, that if you kill them, you will incur sinful activity. Third reason he gave was that, okay, forget about, okay, sinful activity. But even if you win the battle, then no one is there to enjoy with you. No one is there in front of you. Tell that how gloriously you have fought. What is the use of it? You will not be able to enjoy it. Fourth reason was that family tradition, family tradition will be lost. And fifth was that out of all this, because of all these four reasons, he became indecisive what to do and what not to do. So Arjuna was anyway he was not understanding. So he said that family member will be killed. So so anyway he was grief stricken because of this. Okay. And Krishna was also the cousin of Pandava and nephew of the Kunti as well as brother of the Subhadra. Lord therefore was equally sympathetic towards all of them, and therefore he began to pacify them by fitting this. Lord Krishna being there, he was pacifying everyone. Santvayamasa munibhir hata bandhu sucharpitan bhutesu kalasya gatim darsayan na pratikriyam. So the way Krishna pacified Arjuna in the beginning of the battle, so now Lord Krishna again pacifies all grief-stricken family members. So in the beginning, he encouraged Arjuna, and at that time he spoke philosophy. And after the every Mahabharata war was over, again he's speaking the philosophy. So citing the stringent law of Almighty and their reaction upon living beings, Lord Krishna and the Munis began to pacify those who were shocked and affected. Okay, so in the next verse, Sadhayitva jata satro swamrajyam kita virhutam धातयित्वा वासतो राज्ञा कचर स्पर्श सतायुष. Clever Duryodhana and his party cunningly usurped the kingdom of Yudhishthir, who had no enemy. So one of the word mentioned in the verses is Ajata Satra. Ajata Satra means the king Yudhishthir has no enemy. That's why it's known as Ajata Satra. Because someone else was understanding him as an enemy. Personally, he has no enemy. Someone may consider so, one person as an enemy. Let's say someone may be consider me as his enemy, but it doesn't mean that he is my enemy. It's very simple to understand. So many people might have considered Yudhishthir Maharaj as his enemy, but Yudhishthir Maharaj never considered anyone as his enemy. So that's why he's Ajat Satra. Okay. And by the grace of the Lord, the recovery was executed, and unsurplus king who joined with Duryodhan were killed by him. Others who also died, their duration of life having decreased for the rough handling of the hair of Queen Draupadi. So we have to learn. This is very very important lesson. Okay? So before the advent of Kali Yuga, the Brahmana, the cows, the women and children and the old men were properly given protection. This is very very important. So the protection of the Brahmana maintains so Prabhupada writes why it is very very important. The protection of the Brahmana maintains the institution of Varna and Ashram, the most scientific culture for attainment of spiritual life. So Brahmana is basically educating people. They educates. So there are two uh, things in the Brahmana, Yajan and Yajan. Yajan means Swadhyay, Yajan means to teach others. So one of the duty of Brahmana is to teach people in general. See, Brahmana is not there. Brahmanas are not there. Then who will be there to teach us? Who will be there to guide us? That's why it is very, very important to protect them. Okay. So, and uh, then it is the protection of cow maintains the most miraculous form of food, milk, for maintaining the finer tissue of the brain for understanding the higher aim of life. So cow milk is very, very powerful. If someone is dull-headed, if you feed him cow milk, he become intelligent. That is a power. Means cow means desi cow, not that hybrid Jersey cow. Desi, indigenous breed. Every country have maybe a different indigenous breed. So this is very, very important. And from milk, you can produce ghee, which will be helpful to perform yajna. And when you perform yajna, what will happen? Demigods will be placed as per third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and this over a rain. Because of rain, grains will be produced, and because of grain, living entity can sustain. Right? That's why the protection of cow is very, very important. The third point is that the protection of women maintains the chastity of the society by which we can get a good generation for peace, tranquility, and progress of life. So, see, protection means doesn't mean that they are weak. Many people are, we are protecting. I remember one girl has asked me one question. She was gold medalist from Dhirubhai Amban Institute of Communication and Technology. So she was gold medalist, and she had asked me one question: that why women need protection? So do they think women are weak? She had asked me question, and I was not understanding what to answer. But suddenly Krishna gave me intelligence. Then I gave an example. Let's say Prime Minister. Prime Minister needs protection. He cannot travel anywhere the way he likes. One day, I think one interview was, I think Narendra Modi was addressing the IAS candidates, IAS trainees. So at that time, he said, there was when he became chief minister of Gujarat. So at that time, one of the police, his security, stopped him when he was just, getting down anywhere and walking. So he was stopped. Narendra Modi told him that, अरे मेरी जिंदगी है मैं गुलाम हूँ क्या मैं जा नहीं सकता क्या कहीं. Then that security guard told him that, Sir, your life is very, very important. You cannot be, you are not personal. You are meant for whole uh, state. So your life is very, very important. So you are a very, very important person. So that's why it is our duty to protect you, safeguard you. So does it mean that Prime Minister is weak? No. Chief Minister is weak? No. It is very, very important person, and through them we can execute so many great tasks, so many great projects. That's why it is very, very important that is protected. So if you know all these categories mentioned, of course they are not. Of course, children are we whatever bodily maybe, but they are very, very important people, personalities. Without that, you cannot generate good society. Okay, without Brahmana, you cannot imagine what kind of education will be imparted. Nowadays, there is no Brahmana, hardly few. And in the college, what kind of education they give, right? So I don't want to just I'll pause and I make a comment. I remember in 2015 where I was going for giving a class in IIT Bombay. So they allowed to talk an LGBT. LGBT means lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and gay. But they don't allow to talk on BGBT, Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad Gita. That's a very worst condition. So recently few IIT boys came and they said, Prabhuji, we are trying to arrange some program of this one, but Dean told us that are a religious no Prabhu. But if you say as per our constitution of country, India is a secular nation. Secular doesn't mean that there is no religion. Secular means you are allowed to follow any religion the way you like. Faith, you can say, not religion. So that means not that they are given protection means they are weak. They are very, very important. The women are very, very important. Brahmanas are very, very important. Cow is very, very important. Okay. So the protection of children gives the human form of life its best chance to prepare the way of liberty from the material bondage. If children are not protected, can you imagine what will happen? Nowadays, YouTube is in the fingertips. What kind of things children will see? You can't imagine. So just I want to give an example. Um, there was there was one college over there. Sorry, there was one kindergarten school. So one day, what happened? That 3 year boy and girl, and they were kissing each other. 3 year. Can you imagine? 3 year. 3 साल के लड़का बच्चे और बच्चे एक दूसरे को किस कर रहे हैं. Can you imagine? And teachers were shocked, and the children were asked, "No, how did you learn this thing?" So they said, "हम टीवी पे देखे." तो हमें लगा ये सब तो करना चाहिए. That was a normal thing for them, and they don't know, at that age, basically there is no sexual education for the people, for the children. But they did that. They don't know what they are doing. So if children are protected from all those nuisance, then what will happen? That they have a best chance to prepare the way of liberty from the material bondage. Nowadays, they are taught how to gratify their senses. They have not been taught how to control their senses. That's the big problem. So protection doesn't mean that they are weak. Protection means they are very, very important. Okay, that can also be very, very important. Sometimes it is said, break, take a break or break yourself. So that is very famous thing. Take a break or break yourself. Means uh, break doesn't mean that you are reducing a speed. Having a brake in the vehicle means you can drive at a maximum speed so that you are confident that if something wrong happened, you can break it, you can break the speed and you can stop the vehicle. So brake is very, very important to drive the vehicle at the maximum pace. Okay. So protection doesn't mean that they are weak. Protection is very, very important to mold the children or utilize the people's utilize the people at their best capacity. Okay, that's what Prabhupada is writing here. That protection of the children gives the human form of life its best chance to prepare the way of liberty from the material bondage. Such a protection of children begins from the very day of begetting child by the purificatory process of Garbhadan Sanskar, the beginning of pure life. That's why the protection of the children are not after their birth, but it happened right from the beginning of conceived, when the children are conceived. When before children conceived, we do Garbhadan Sanskar. So means, nowadays English called Garbhadan Sanskar means when child is going to be conceived, so they are advised to chant 64 rounds, visit holy places like Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri, pray to Supreme Lord that, please send us, what should I say, great soul. So that is the way how Garbhadan Sanskar and all it happens. Okay, so the protection of the old men gives them a chance to prepare themselves for better life after death. So today we went to meet one of the our well-wishers in Khar, forgot Khar or Vilepalli. He was old man, was 17, and we called him, we are here to meet you. Then what he said, he was attending Bhagavatam class. I was surprised. He was so happy at the age of 75 or 80. He was so happy. He was hearing Bhagavatam, and now he's on sixth canto. So then, we went and met whole family today. So almost 1 hour we discussed about Krishna Katha, importance of Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. He talked with us so happily, just like he mingle with us like, his own age. So that's why this protection of old men gives them a chance to prepare themselves for better life after death. Protection doesn't mean that we are weak, but that phase is very, very important. So, okay, so that's why it is very, very important that, you know, so what will happen that that's why the Draupadi was not handled properly and she was harassed. She was tried to be uh, undressed by the Dushasan. And because of that, what happened? That their life have been decreased. So if we insult Brahmana, if you don't protect cow, if we insult woman, okay, or we handle roughly with the children and old men, then what will happen? Or the duration of our life will be decreased. So that's why it's very, very important. So giving them protection mean also means that we are stopping others to play with them so that they will not reduce their life and they don't indulge in their karmic reaction. Because if someone harm these five kind of people, then they get great sinful reaction. So protecting one person doesn't mean that he's weak, but let's say I protect some children, doesn't mean that someone harms children, other people get great, more karmic reaction. If I protect the child, then other person will not harm him and he will also be saved from the great karmic reaction. So, it is either way. Okay. So yeah, so let's move ahead. So here he says याजयित्वा अश्वमेघेष्टं श्रीभिर्षुत्तम कल्पके सदस पावनं दिक्षु शतम अन्यु वचनोत्. So he said that Lord Krishna caused 3 well-performed Ashwamedh Yajna to be conducted by Maharaj Yudhishthir and thus caused his virtuous fame to be glorified in all directions. So after all those things happened, his relatives were pacified and all. Krishna was still there. He in Hastinapur and he helped Yudhishthir Maharaj to conduct the Ashwamedh Yajna, 3 Ashwamedh Yajna, which glorified Yudhishthir Maharaj in all directions, like that of Indra, who had performed 100 such a sacrifice. Yudhishthir Maharaj performed 3 Ashwamedh Yajna. Indra, son performed 100 Ashwamedh Yajna, he became Indra in the next Manvantar or whenever. आमंत्र पांडुपुत्रांश सेनयोर उद्धव संयुत द्वीपायनादिभि विप्रे पूजिते प्रतिपूजितः. So, after doing all those things, Lord Krishna then prepared for his departure. Lord Krishna was about to leave from Hastinapur after enthroning the Yudhishthir Maharaj as the king. He invited the son of Pandu, and after having been worshipped by the Brahmana, headed by Srila Vyasdev, the Lord Krishna prepared for leaving. And the Lord also reciprocated the greetings. So now Lord Krishna was about to leave. Now the Sutta Goswami is answering the most how the Parikshit Maharaj has been saved. So till this point was discussed that Lord Krishna was about to depart. But now the subsequent verses will discuss about how Parikshit Maharaj was saved from the Brahmastra released by Aswathama. It says, Ghantum Krutam Atir Brahman Dvarkaratham Astita Uplephete Abhidhavanti Uttaram Bhaya Vivalam. So as soon as he seated himself on the chariot to start for Dwarka, he saw Uttara hurrying towards him in fear. Uttara was just 15-year-old, 15 or 16-year-old, and she was pregnant. Can you imagine? अभी के बच्चे को 20 साल के होते हैं, someone attacks, he becomes so fearful. She was just 15-year-old. So as soon as he seated himself on the chariot, start for Dwarka, Krishna saw Uttara hurrying towards him in fear. Okay. So then Uttara Vacha, so what he says, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate Na Anyat Tvat Abhayam Pasye Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. So says Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. Mahayogin means the Uttara said, protect, oh Mahayogi, Deva Deva Jagatpate. Uttara said, oh Lord of the Lords, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest of mystic. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. So, in the last chapter, we saw that how when Aswathama released Brahmastra, and when Arjuna saw the great radiation, so he said, Krishna Krishna Mahabaho. So here Uttara is saying, Pahi Pahi Mahayogi. Krishna Krishna Mahabaho, Bhaktanam Abhayankara. Means you are the uh, protector of devotee, making them fearless. Then he says, Tvam ekam dahyamananam. You are the only one who is the savior of the people from the Davagni of the material world. Tvam eka dahyamananam apavargasya samskriti. And you can protect them from this samsara, davanal of the samsara, and you can liberate them. So here Uttara is praying, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin. You can also memorize this verse. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate Nanyatvat Abhayam Pasye Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. Oh Lord of the Lord, Lord of the universe, you are the greatest mystic. Please protect me, for there is no one else who can save me from the clutches of death in this world of duality. So please memorize this verse. That Krishna Krishna Mahabahu, and this particular verse, Uttara Uvacha, Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate Na Anyatvam Abhayam Pasye Yatra Mrityu Parasparam. So Uttara is praying, okay? So then she says, Abhidravati Mamisa Saras Tapta Yaso Vibho Kamam Dahatu Mam Natha Mam Me Garbho Nipatyatam. Says, Oh my Lord, you are all powerful. Then she said, a fiery iron arrow is coming towards me fast. My Lord, let it burn me personally. Let it burn me personally. So Uttara was such a exalted, says, let it burn me personally if you desire so. But please do not let let it burn and about my embryo. Please do me this favor, my lord. Okay. So, so this incident took place after the death of Abhimanyu. Okay, so Abhimanyu was died in battlefield. Uttara would have followed the path of her husband, and she would have uh, undergone the trial of Sati, but she didn't undergo because she was pregnant. And Maharaj Parikshit, a great devotee of the Lord, was lying in the embryo. She was responsible for his protection. So that's what Uttara is telling. Okay, by following the husband, she would have gone, but her child was in the embryo. So it's mother's duty to protect that child. The mother of the child has great responsibility in giving all protection to the child. Therefore, Uttara was not ashamed to express this frankly before Lord Krishna. So Uttara said, "Okay, let me personally die if you desire so. Please do not let the arrow burn and abort my embryo. Please do me this favor." That is enough Suddha Bhakti. Uttara didn't say that, protect, just protect my embryo. Uttara was the daughter of great king. So what was the position of Uttara? Uttara was the daughter of the great king. Okay. The wife of great hero Abhimanyu and the student of great devotee Bruhannala Arjun, right? She was the student of Arjuna, Bruhannala. And later she was mother of good king. So Uttara has all exalted position. And because of Uttara, we have today Madan Mohan, Gopinath, and Govindev Ji. So she guided whom? Vajranab, that how Krishna looked. And that's the great grandson of Krishna, Vajranab, saw the deity. Okay. So she was the daughter of great king, the wife of great hero, student of great devotee. Later, she was the mother of great good king, and she was fortunate in every respect. So, in that Uttara is telling, let me die if you so desire, but please do not let arrow burn and abort my embryo. Then Sud Goswami continues that Upadharya vachas tasya Bhagwan Bhakta Vatsala Pandavam idam kartum drones droner astram abhudyatah. So Sud Goswami said, having patiently heard her words, Lord Sri Krishna, who is always very affectionate to his devotee, could at once understand that Asatthama, the son of Dronacharya, had thrown the Brahmastra to finish the last life in the Pandava. This was the last child remained in the Pandava dynasty. So Satyama, okay, once he released Brahmastra, then he was punished. But he again, when he was released, he again released second Brahmastra to finish the embryo of Uttara. And that was the last child of Pandava. And Lord Krishna could understand that. Okay. So then तहोवाथ मुनि श्रेष्ठ पांडव पंच सायकान आत्मनो अभिमुखांदि नाला क्षया त्राण upadudhu. So, foremost among the great thinker, Sud Goswami telling to Swana Rishi, foremost among the great thinker, seeing the glaring Brahmastra proceeding towards them, Pandava took up their 5 respective weapons. So Pandava were ready to fight. Okay. And Vayasanam Vikshatat Sat Tesam Anya Visayatmanam Sudarsanena Strena Swana Raksham Vidadvibhu. The Almighty Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, having observed that a great danger was befalling his unalloyed devotee, who were fully surrendered souls, at once took up his Sudarshan dish to protect them. Krishna immediately took the Sudarshan dish to neutralize the effect of Brahmastra. and he wanted to protect the Parikshit Maharaj. Okay. अंतस्त सर्वभूतानां आत्मयोगेश्वरो हरि स्वमायाया आवृणो गर्भो वैराट्य तन्वत् कुरु तंतवे. The Vairagya means Uttara. She was a daughter of Virat. The Lord of the Supreme Mysticism, Sri Krishna resided within everyone's heart as a Paramatma. As such, just to protect the progeny of the Kuru dynasty, he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. So Lord Krishna stays in everyone's heart as a Paramatma. So later we will discuss that Parikshit Maharaj saw the Krishna in 400 times in the womb. Okay, so he was wearing the yellow silken dhoti. So we'll discuss that in later chapter. So within the and he saw of thumb size. So in the Paramatma form, who stays in the heart of Uttara, Lord protected Parikshit Maharaj in the womb. Okay. So, Paramatma. So he covered the embryo of Uttara by his personal energy. Okay, so then Yadyapi Astram Brahmasya Rastvam Amogam Cha Pratikriyam Vishram Tejo Asadya Samasamya the Bhrugudraha. O Shanak, the glory of Bhrugu family, although the supreme Brahmastra weapon released by Asatthama was irresistible, and without check or counteraction, it was neutralized and foiled when confronted by the strength of Vishnu. So Brahmastra is unresistible, but the more powerful than Brahmastra is Lord Krishna. So, he protected Parikshit Maharaj. Mamama कि एतत् आश्चर्यं सर्वाश्चर्यम् अये अच्युते या इदं मायया देव्या सृजति अवति हन्ति जय. So Brahmana, do not think this is to be specially wonderful in the activities of mysterious and infallible personality of Godhead. Don't think this to wonderful. Just simple thing for Krishna. Wonderful means अरे भगवान है ये तो कर ही लेंगे. So you don't have to be so amazed. Okay. So by his own transcendental energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates all material things, although he himself is unborn. Right? Because of Krishna's energy, so many universes are created and destroyed. So, he just neutralized one Brahmastra. What is a great thing for him? So you should not be amazed. That's what he's saying. To Sud Goswami telling to Swana Rishi. And he says, Brahmatejo vinir mukter atmaje saha Krishnaya prayana abhimukham Krishnam idam aha puthasati. Thus saved from the radiation of the Brahmastra, the Kunti, the chaste devotee of Lord, and her 5 sons, and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for home. So someone, I think some Acharya explained that Parikshit Maharaj, the embryo was already destroyed, but Krishna, again cured that embryo. So after Lord Krishna protected Uttara, so then all the Kunti, the chaste devotee of the Lord, and her 5 sons, and Draupadi addressed Lord Krishna as he started for them. So Lord Krishna was about to depart. Now, but when he's about to depart, Kunti Devi and others are addressing him. Okay. So Kunti Vacha, so Namasya Purusam Tam Adyam Iswaram Prakrute Param Laksham Sarva Bhutanam Antar Bahir Avastitam. So she says, Srimati Kunti said, O Krishna, I offer my obeisance unto you because you are original personality and are unaffected by the qualities of the material world. You are existing both within and without everything, yet you are invisible too. So from this verse onwards, these great prayers of King Kunti starting, prayers of King Kunti. So we'll discuss this on Monday onwards. So I'll not discuss anymore today. So I'll end here. Thank you very much. So